Greetings, magical friends. I am the Desert Kitchen Witch, and today we are going to be making some practical magic in the kitchen. Here in Joshua Tree, fall weather is definitely upon us. The temperature is dropping, and the night sky has been just amazing for watching the meteor showers. But as we prepare for the darker half of the year, I am getting excited for indoor hibernation with fluffy blankets, cozy movies, and books. Samhain is always the perfect time for a witchy favorite like the movie Practical Magic. I love both the movie and the book, and being a soap maker, I've been fascinated with the magical black soap from the book, which the Owens aunts make in big batches twice a year. The soap is a bewitched beauty treatment that keeps the Owens women young and vibrant. However, there is no mention of what exactly is in the soap, so I thought I would make one inspired by ingredients they probably had, as well as giving it my own personal touch. For this soap, I am using a melt and pour soap base, even though I'm quite sure the Owens aunts probably would use a cold process method made with lye, simply because we know they use lye around the house and also in their spell work. But I don't have the 6 weeks needed for this soap to cure, so today we are using the melt and pour base that you can get at most craft stores and definitely a lot of places online. The great thing about melt and pour soap is that you can add a lot of different ingredients to customize it. On its own, it can leave a little bit of a squeaky feeling on the skin, so additives are very important. But before we talk about all the fun extras, let's chop up the soap. I use a sturdy bench scraper to cut the soap quickly and safely. This soap base is a little slippery, and so you definitely want to be careful when using sharp knives and tools to cut it up. Melt it on the stove set to a very low heat. You definitely do not want to boil the soap. It has a low melting and smoking point, and it can easily burn, so gentle heat is best. I use a pan with a very thick base to help it heat evenly. You could also do this in the microwave by heating it 1 minute at a time and stirring it in between each minute until it warms to the point that you only need about 30 seconds in between stirrings. Once it's mostly melted, you can stop microwaving and just stir until it's completely liquid. If it starts to cool down, you can always pop it back in for 10 to 30 seconds, but keep an eye on it to make sure that it doesn't boil. And now it's time for the additives. Today I will be using ingredients that come from my own practical magic, such as flowers and herbs from my garden and flowers from my Persian cat's memorial. First, we have the fragrances. Sage for its energetic cleansing and because it's undoubtedly a staple from the Owens house. Sandalwood for that rustic feeling of the woodwork that never needs dusting and polishing. Lavender Essential Oil for its calming properties, as well as because the Owens aunts always have the fragrance of lavender about them. For botanicals, I have Espresso Grounds saved from my morning potions to add exfoliating and skin brightening properties. Lavender will add a beautiful purple color. Calendula flowers for love and luck, as well as a bright pop of color. Bright orange sunflower petals from my sweet cat's memorial, as well as carnations from his siblings' memorial, as they passed only a few weeks apart from each other. And the last flower is purple rose petals, also harvested from my garden. Purple roses are associated with enchantment and magical journeys, which seems very fitting to use in this soap. Plus, these colors will work well for Halloween and Samhain season. I'm also going to put in some jojoba and vitamin E oil as skin moisturizers. And of course, the magic ingredient that will make this soap black as midnight is activated charcoal. This ingredient is used in many beauty products and even some foods like black ice cream. It's known for its ability to purify by removing toxins and negativity. And for our purposes, it will make our soap very black, but without any dyes that could stain our skin or the bathroom surfaces. We will first add all of our liquid additives to the soap base and then add the activated charcoal. The trick with activated charcoal is to dilute it first before adding it to the soap base. Otherwise, it will clump and never really mix in. However, it's never recommended to add water to a soap base, so I use a 99% pure rubbing alcohol to dilute the activated charcoal, and it will immediately evaporate into the soap, which means there will be no additional water added to the recipe. I decided that I wanted my soap more opaque, and so I went ahead and added another tablespoon of the charcoal mixture. As always, the recipe for this will be in the description box below. Once the activated charcoal is incorporated, you can take the soap off the heat and slowly pour it into the mold halfway up. If you happen to have a measuring cup with a long spout like I do, that works fantastic. You can get these really cheap at soap supply places. Currently, the soap is a little too warm for us to add the coffee grounds just yet. They would just sink straight to the bottom of the mold. Instead, spray the soap with a little rubbing alcohol to remove the bubbles, and once the first half cools down and forms a skin on the surface, we can add our coffee grounds to the remaining soap. First, spray rubbing alcohol again to remove the moisture from the surface. It will ensure the layers of soap will adhere. Then pour the soap until it's almost at the top of the mold. I like to make my flowers visible on the top of the soap, and so I leave a little space for that. It just makes such a beautiful end product. So once you've added your soap base, go ahead and sprinkle the flower petals and gently push them into the soap, just so they will be partially submerged and stay put. If you would rather not do flowers on top, you could always use a fun-shaped mold and use some mica powder to either paint or rub some into the mold to give the design a lot of depth and dimension. The next step is always the hardest. Just wait for the soap to firm up. It will take maybe an hour on the counter or 20 minutes in the fridge if you can manage to move it there without spilling. And then it's time to unmold your creation. Is there a more perfect soap for Samhain? I mean, I just love the vibrancy of the flower petals against the black backdrop of the soap. I love that it's good for your skin as well as filled with magical properties. I hope this inspires you to get crafty in the kitchen and make some soap of your own. Infuse it with your own intentions and use it as a part of your ritual shower routine. Soap is indeed both practical and magical. I'm wishing you all a wonderful Samhain, and I will see you in the kitchen again soon for more seasonal baking, as well as a glimpse into my very special Halloween birthday party. Until then, love and spices from the Desert Kitchen Witch. Blessed be.